In today's video we are going to take a look at the top 3 best heroes for each role. We are including the heroes that are getting banned almost every game. I believe it's really important to master at least 1 or 2 of the heroes for each role so you can easily adapt to your team composition when playing solo. If you can master at least 1 of these heroes for each role, then you will see that you will have an easier time in solo rank. I will be including the build and emblem for each hero. But before we continue with this video, I would like to give a big thanks to Black Desert Online for sponsoring today's video. Black Desert Online is an open-world action MMORPG for PC, with cutting-edge visuals and skill-based combat that redefine the genre. Black Desert Online has the most fully developed character customization system of any game that's currently on the market, allowing players to create the adventure of their dreams. Its intuitive control, beautiful design worlds, and fierce player versus player combat excite both new and veteran players of MMORPG and RPGs in general. The game has been successfully launched in over 150 countries and has over 10 million registered users. If you download the game right now using the link in the description down below, there's a 7-day free trial and welcome back gift for returning players. If you enjoy the trial, buy it once and you can play forever, including all the future updates. Grok is such a great time for solo rank, because right from the start, you can play him very aggressively and steal the enemy's objective. Just make sure that you play him very aggressive in the early game, because that's when he's the most efficient. Lolita has a lot of great tools that make her very annoying to deal with, especially when the enemies have to rely on projectile damage. But not only that, I think a lot of players underestimate her first skill. With her first skill, she can deal so much damage to the minions, even the jungle minions, so if you want to be a pest, you can also try to steal the enemy's buff with her first skill. Uranus is one of the few tanks that can be played more like a fighter. If he is solo in a lane, he can farm very well and won't die easily. Just make sure that you keep his passive stacks up all the time. So sometimes it's okay to receive some turret shots or enemy attacks just to keep his stacks up. Sylvana is one of the best fighters right now. She can easily kill almost anyone in a 1v1 situation. Try to aim her ultimate against the enemy's backline. And if they have Purify, then try to bait them to use it first before ulting. But even if you cannot achieve that, Purify has a long cooldown, so it won't be available all the time. Doesn't matter the meta, Cho will always be part of the list. He's not the easiest to kill, can one-shot the enemy's carry, and is very mobile. One of the most complete hero in Mobile Legends. Johe's first skill damage is pretty absurd. If he receives just a tiny bit of health from the mid lane, he can easily shut down the enemy's marksman. When the enemies are distracted, just focus on the carry, he can easily kill any squishy hero. Lancelot has been revamped and he deals more damage now. If you can master his dashes, then you will see that this hero can carry a lot of fights. It is recommended to always use a dash skill first before using his second skill, in order to deal the most damage in the shortest period. It seems that a lot of people are forgetting about this incredible assassin. Hellcore can literally instill fears into the enemy's carries, because all he needs to do is to ult and jump on top of them, and they're almost guaranteed to die in one combo. One of the most important tips for Hellcore is that you should try to keep your stacks up, so the moment you jump, you can release his second skill full damage. I would consider Selena more as an assassin than a mage, because if you ever get stunned by her, then it's almost a guaranteed kill. Honestly, she's one of the most annoying heroes to deal with. She doesn't need a lot of farm to deal tons of damage. She can provide lots of map vision with her traps. She can invade the enemy jungle in the early game, and the list goes on. Sometimes I will even consider banning her. She's that strong, especially against players with a quick reflex. So if you master this hero, you will see that even if you play solo in rank, you are still able to dominate the enemies most of the time. Esmeralda is really great for solo because she can sustain so much damage, and at the same time she can easily kill the enemy's backline. When using her, just make sure that her second skill hit the target twice, so it reduces the cooldown of her first skill. Also, try your best to always aim for the enemy's carry by aiming your ult where you think they might retreat to. Harif is an incredible mage even after all the nerf. Just buy him lots of cooldown items and put all the stats on cooldown in the emblem setup. One of the downsides of this hero is that you should always try your hardest not to die, especially when you just have taken the blue buff, because the buff makes a huge difference for Harif. Sass has been reintroduced into the game, and he's one of the best mage for solo, because he can destroy objectives really fast, can melt down tanks, and almost kill squishy heroes instantly. This hero doesn't need a lot of protection, because his turret provides that protection. Just be smart about using his ultimate, don't be too hasty and wait for the right timing. You want the enemies to be distracted with your team first before ulting, because if the whole enemy team focuses your turret, they can kill it extremely fast. Nana has become one of the most annoying support to deal with. The cooldown of her skill are so short that she can constantly poke the enemies and use her second skill to protect your carries or disable any unfortunate target. But what makes her so annoying is her passive, because if you know that she still has her passive up, sometimes you just don't want to even attempt to kill her because she can easily escape. Her overall damage is also great. Many players underestimate Rafaela, but her skill set allows her to be very efficient in teamfights. She can stun, slow down the enemies, and also heal and increase your allies' movement. She is the most complete package as a support hero. I have made a tutorial video about her, and if you have seen that video, then you will most likely agree with me. Even in solo rank, she can do a lot. When playing Diggy, just plant the bombs in a way that the enemies in that lane cannot really approach the minion wave, and if they do, they will receive tons of damage from the bombs. If you follow this tactic, whoever you are laning against will have a very hard time farming and will just end up falling behind in experience and gold. Just make sure that you use his ultimate on time to save your teammates, because I have seen a lot of Diggy's players who tend to either use the ultimate too early or too late. You have to time his ultimate properly, because his ultimate can definitely change the tide of battle, and his cooldown is also one of the longest in the game. For the marksman list, it's really hard to only pick 3 of them, because there are so many marksmen that are equally as good, so I have decided to list 5 of them. Kimi is the best marksman for the early game. If you want to play very aggressively right from the start, and you constantly keep putting pressure on the enemies by invading the enemy's jungle and taking objective, then this is definitely the best marksman for you. Just make sure that you play her very aggressively right from the start, because that's when she is the most efficient. Ranger is one of the favorite marksmen for many players, and for a good reason. He can clear the jungle really fast, so you don't have to rely on your teammates too much, making him a very good marksman for solo players. Just learn how to use his last bullet efficiently and you will be able to one-shot many squishy heroes. If you have seen my Popol and Koopa tutorial, then you will know how strong this duo is. Just remember to keep setting traps around the perimeter to not get ganked. His damage output is almost broken, but what you must pay the utmost attention is his doggo, because once he's out of the picture, this hero becomes very weak. Bruno is one of the few marksmen that hit very hard right from the start. His second skill allows him to escape a lot of danger and even outplay the enemies because he can stun as well. Believe it or not, Leslie is actually a very great marksman if you have completely mastered her. If you haven't yet, I would recommend you to watch my latest tips and tricks video and the Leslie tutorial. You will start destroying your opponents with her after those videos. Well, that was it for the whole list. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if it helped you decide which hero to master next, then consider subscribing and liking the video. Hey guys, I have decided to do a weekly skin giveaway because you guys have been amazing and I truly appreciate that. The prize is 900 diamonds worth a giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment, and I will randomly choose one. If you are selected, I will send you a direct message, but please don't leave your ID or the skin you want, because I won't be picking those. Thanks and best of luck.